is Bold TV.
Good morning, beautiful ladies, gents, and other people in between. Welcome to another beautiful Saturday morning, and I can assure you another interesting episode of Bold TV. Bold TV is powered by Bold Hearts Initiative, beautiful, outstanding ladies with disabilities. And today, we're going to be talking about addressing a very key issue that affects the disability community as a whole, and even more so, women with disabilities. Today, we'll be talking about visibility. How visible are you? As a woman with disability, how visible are you? We're not talking about the weather or, the state of the clouds. We are talking about you as an individual. How visible are you? But before we, dive deeper into the topic, I have three other wonderful women here with me. They are also co-hosts on Bold TV, and they'll be joining me to do justice to this topic. And today, I'd also like to say thank you to our online audience. You've been amazing. Thank you for always staying tuned, for always joining us. Thank you to those who watch the videos, and especially to those of you who like, share, comment. You are the real MVPs. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And we'd also like to ask that if you're interested in being partnering with us on this program, either by being a guest on the program or supporting us financially or by helping us, take the message far and wide, please reach out to any of us you can see on the screen, and we will definitely get back to you. So, and as we go on, you can find our videos on YouTube, Bold Hearts. You can find our videos on Facebook, Bold Hearts Initiative. So please reach out to us. On YouTube, we are Bold TV. So look out for our videos. You can watch past videos there. So now down to the business of the day. Before I start, I'd like the ladies to introduce themselves so that for our audience, those who are joining us for the first time, they can, be made aware.
Okay, thank you very much, Afyong. Good morning to all our viewers, our listeners, our lovers out there. My name is Oluwatomisin Adeyefa. I'm a broadcast journalist and a gender and disability rights advocate. I'm based in Abeokuta, the state capital of Ogun. I'm a visually impaired person, and I use a white cane for identification. Thank you.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Florence Marcus. I am a lawyer and a disability rights advocate. I've been an amputee for 34 years now, and it's a pleasure having me this morning. Thank you.
Welcome, Florence. It's good to have you. And I'd like our viewers to know Florence is the newest co-host who has joined us on Bold TV, and it's wonderful to have her with us.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, ladies and our viewers. I remain Osaki Teresa Georgie, reside in Port Harcourt, River State, a disability rights advocate, polio warrior, a freelancer, and a farmer. Newly opportunity I just got. And I'm so glad to be here once again. So glad to be on Bold TV. Thank you.
Welcome. I'm Osaki. Wow. So I can look forward to some organic produce. Praise the Lord. All right. So ladies, let's dive in. Now, our topic says, how visible are you? I've come to realize that when it comes to the disability community, visibility seems to be a problem. Most of the time we complain about, inclusion, lack of inclusion, access, and all of that. But when you look deeper, apart from the external barriers to things, that can lead to these situations, we find that even we as persons with disability, we also have a role to play to ensure that this comes about. So today we'll be talking about what, some of the factors that affect the visibility of persons with disabilities, particularly women with disabilities, and how these can be mitigated. So I'll start with you, Tomisin. My first question is, just give us what do you understand by visibility? Like I said, I'm not talking about the weather. What do you understand by visibility?
Okay, visibility from the word visible means, in a layman's term, showing. When people can see you. People can see you. And when you want to relate it to what we are discussing today is whether in your career or your business, whatever it is you are doing professionally, your career, how showing are you? How much of you do people see? Do people get to meet? Do people know and can relate with? So I think that for me is visibility. Thank you.
Okay. So how do people know you? Are people aware of your existence? People know you are here. So Florence, would you like to add to that? And I'd like you to also consider the context of disability. For persons with disability and women with disabilities, what does visibility mean?
Okay, thank you so much. Like Tommy said, visibility literally is the ability. But for me, I feel it's not just being seen or be seen, but just to be seen and to be heard. Persons with disabilities, it could entail the ability to have a representation, ability to have a voice, ability to be recognized. Recognize persons with disabilities first as subjects, identify or recognize their capacity, recognize their rights, give them the opportunity, to participate fully in the society, in every aspect of the society, being the social, economic, and the political sphere. For persons with disabilities, we may, there could be the misconception that in some areas, especially in our society, where we may not see them, but literally, and also their participation in some aspect of the society. For example, in politics, if you look at...
let's just hold on there. Yes.
Okay.
When you engage a lawyer, you should expect, lots of facts laid out. So, but let's just hold on, calm down. We are coming to all of those. We'll get the breakdown later. I just wanted to lay a foundation for what, so that our listeners and our viewers can, come to understand a basic understanding of what visibility means. We will now build on that as we go further. So thank you so much. I like the part Tommy focused on being seen. And then you added that it's not just being seen, you must also be heard. So you must be seen and heard. The entirety of your person must be acknowledged. People should be able to say, oh, I know this person exists, this is what they do, this is what they don't do. So I think that covers what the basic level, what visibility is. So I'd like to just move on. Osaki, I'd like you to, tell us, how important is it for women with disabilities in particular? Like I said, we've talked about many times here when we talk about disability, we know that women with disabilities have a double disadvantage, not just the disability, but also their gender. So how important is it for women with disability to be visible in life and in business, whatever it is they're doing professionally and personally? How important is it?
Okay, thank you very much, Ashia. Okay, how is it important? I would say it can remove or reduce the barriers that women with disability face, like stigmatization and discrimination. If you bring yourself open, like you want to show what you can do. Now, in regards of that, how disability when it comes to the context of disability. Now, I want to say in two lights, like you could be visible in a positive way, whereby someone will say, in respect of her disability, she could still do this. And also you could make yourself invisible in the sense that someone will just take an excuse and say, okay, I no wonder she's not participating. She has this impairment, she has this, she has that. So it looks like an excuse, like, okay, no wonder. Why the other area of the person is like, wow, this is interesting. Even with disability, she can do this. So now it can remove discrimination and stigmatization, and also remove what we call stereotypes. So that someone does not say, everyone with disability behaves like this. This is how they behave. This is how they do things. Meanwhile, you've met persons with disability or women with disability that more proactive, more enlightened, more outspoken, more active in society. So that's one of the importance when it comes to visibility and disability.
Thank you so much. I like what you said. You just highlighted something that we may not, notice. Visibility can be negative or positive. It can be negative or positive. Someone can be visible in a negative way. In other words, you are not known for the things you're not known for doing things that have a positive impact. You're known in a negative manner. So visibility can be negative or positive. And I believe in we'll probably talk about that when we discuss how to, be more visible. So I want everybody to just chip in, but let's keep our answers brief so we can move on. Tommy, do you want to add to that? One of the benefits of women with disabilities becoming more visible.
Okay, so one of the benefits of women with disabilities becoming more visible is it helps you to extend your reach. It helps you to extend your reach. It helps you to draw in more networks. It helps you to improve your connection base, to increase your connection base. So, I mean, if you are out there for the right reasons, like Osaki said, and people know you, the people know that, oh, this is an SGBV advocate, for instance. When people have issues relating to that, they know who to come to. They know that you are the best hands they could get. And so it helps you to increase your network. It also makes you profit. When we look at it, I mean, what's the soul of doing business? What's the soul of being in a profession, apart from passion, is also to improve your finances. So once you're able to carve a niche for yourself, you're able to lay a foundation for yourself, and you are out there doing what you love to do, you would also see that financially, you'll gather stability. So those are my two reasons I could give.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. So your social capital, the people you know. In my language, there's a proverb that says that people are wealth. People who you know determines how well you do. So in most cases. So your network is your net worth. What you are worth is a sum total of, can be linked to the people in your life. So when you are visible, more people know you, the right kind of people know you. It is possible that not only will you have, the right network, but also your value also increases. Florence.
Yeah, when women with disabilities are visible, it will foster their inclusion. Inclusion will also give them the opportunity to be able to speak for themselves, to be able to bring to the fore issues that relate to them. It will be a situation where people don't just represent you, but you have a full representation, and you are able to canvass, your rights, to stand for your rights and advocate for proper implementation of your rights.
All right, thank you so much. Like I said at the beginning, we say inclusion, access. We need our rights given to us. But if people don't even know who you are, what you do, what you bring to the table, it may be difficult for you to be included because they may not see the need for you to be included. So you're the one who will, first of all, your first advocate before any civil society or anyone else. You are your first advocate for yourself. So if you cannot advocate for yourself, your talents and what showcase your abilities, it may be difficult for you to be included. You won't sit at home and people will know, oh, this is who she is, this is what she does. No, it won't happen. So now that we've highlighted the benefits, what it does, and I also believe that with visibility it boosts your morale, improves your confidence and self-esteem, because when people know that, oh, this is what you do, and you're bringing value to the table, and people come to you when they need solutions, it makes you feel more confident, and also your self-esteem increases. So, and this is, really important for your mental health. So I believe that more women with disabilities should endeavor to come out. Start somewhere. Thank you, ladies. So far, your contributions have been most helpful. So now we've talked about the benefits. We talked about why it's important, why women with disabilities need to be more visible. What are the barriers? What are the barriers and the myths, like we said, stereotypes, that prevent this from happening? What are some of those barriers? Florence, let me start with you. What are some of the barriers that prevent or hamper the visibility of women with disabilities? Why is it so hard?
Okay, yeah. For me, what I consider the major barrier is lack of accessibility. Lack of accessibility, both of the physical infrastructure and attitudinal issues, affect the visibility of persons with disabilities. Let me just share this experience. I was somewhere with another person with disability who is a Nigerian, and he was like, it seems these people have a lot of persons with disabilities than us in Nigeria. But I told him that, no, that's really a misconception. It's just that their society is accessible. So persons with disabilities can come out and live a normal life like every other person. But just take your mind back to your area, like in where you live. How many persons with disability can come out? How many people with disabilities can access the markets? How many people with disabilities can access the churches? How many people with disabilities can access the venues and the places where things are happening? So lack of accessibility, even the language barrier, especially for persons who are deaf. If you cannot hear what is being said there, you don't have any business going there. And that is what the society is telling a person who is deaf. Don't come here because we don't speak your language. The same with other infrastructures, with other institutions. They are not accessible. Even the schools. How many persons with disabilities, are kept far from the school, away from the school because of the inaccessibility? So that has affected, the visibility of women with disabilities and persons in particular, and persons with disabilities in general.
All right. Thank you so much. Accessibility. Because most times if you're not given room to actually manifest, it can be hard for people to know you. Many persons with disability, due to the environment, their background, it can be hard for them to actually take that first step, and they may need some help. And so I think when we talk about the solutions, we'll actually discuss that in detail, how they can get kind of help they need. Tomisi.
Okay, thank you very much. I would say women with disabilities themselves also, have what I would term attitudinal barriers from themselves. And I'm going to be dividing it into two parts. The first is ignorance. Okay, so many a times we do not know we can until we have tested it, and then we see that we can. So that brings me to the second part, which is, your own discriminatory attitude yourself. Some of us we always love convenient, comfortable platforms. We do not want to go out of our way. We are always looking for organizations for persons with disabilities to probably organize trade fair before you come out and, be a part of the regular trade fair. We're always, when you say, oh, post this, even on your status, is a question of, I don't have data. So some of those things, contribute, act as barriers to our visibilities as women with disabilities.
All right. Attitudinal barriers, self-inflicted barriers, self-constructed barriers. If you don't think you deserve it, then there's nothing anybody else will tell you that will work. Nothing anybody else will tell you that will work. Like I said, you're the first advocate for yourself. Before anybody advocates for you, you are the one who will decide within you first that I deserve more, before you now, somebody else can fight for you. Because even if they fight for you and clear road, you may not follow the road because you will still think I don't deserve to be there. So attitudinal barriers, very important. As a man thinks in his heart, so he is. Osaki?
Okay, thank you very much. One of the myths I would say, or barriers, is a society might think or feel that persons with disability or women with disability don't come out, as in, where are they? Because I would say, after making policies, especially in public places, whereby they will put this disability icon for those that drive, that they can park. You go there and there's no space for you to even park. Automatic, the security men there and even the officers of the so-called place don't even believe that people with disability have a car, or they will even come to those public spaces. Because I'll tell you that there's even in banks whereby they made policy that, okay, if you see aged people, person with disability, pregnant women, attend to them first, one way or the other. I get a bad experience. I went to the bank, and the other from the security men even understood and allowed me enter first. Now I get to the bank, the front desk ladies didn't even understand why they should attend to me. They were like, join the queue now. I said, I know, but please can you attend to me? With so much politeness. They're like, I don't know. Meanwhile, other persons in the bank that work with them understood that this person should not wait. Attend to her and give her another go. And I now walked up to the manager, and he asked me so politely, and I was like, Olga, please, I need to be attended to. This is what I need. And your desk officer refused to attend to. He say, madam, sorry, you're like every other banker and every other customer. I say, I know, and you know the policy. He say, we know now, but I don't know how to tell the person. Olga, even you as a bank manager, I don't even know that these are policies that you should take action. You know it, but you cannot do it in public. So I was like, it's not like you're doing me a favor. You're only just making the place easier, because in the sense that I did not come to collect money that I didn't have in the bank. I have money, that's why I want to come and collect it. So all I just need is just for you to just give me a little, like, okay, it's a bit easier. Like, okay, attend to her, let her do where she's going, or whatever she needs, just give it to her. It's easier. It's not like it's a favor, but you only just make my life a little easier and a little bit comfortable, and not because you don't know how long I can sit, number one. You don't know if I cannot sit for 2 hours or 3 hours. And if I collapse there, can you attend to me? So all of that is what we're trying to say, that even after making policy, society don't understand why they do certain policies. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. And it's an experience that is becoming more common. Not too long ago, you remember the story of the son of a former governor that was, actually discriminated against. And it's something that has become very common in our society, where you go, this policy is there at the national level, but the problem we seem to have is domestication in the public and private sectors, where it directly impacts those who are first-line consumers. Like, you go to the bank's policy should be reviewed to reflect this Prohibition Act, so that their workers should be trained to understand that if a person that falls within this category comes, that person is given attention as soon as possible. You shouldn't expect the person to queue and wait, and then you make your customers understand that. But it's unfortunate that these things happen. Frankie, welcome. Are you good to join us?
Yes, I am.
Welcome. So let me allow you to introduce yourself and then contribute to the gist.
Hi everyone, my name is Frankie Andreasian. I'm based in Port Harcourt in Rivers State, the ED of Faith Care Foundation, a bona fide member of Bold Hearts Initiative, and I use a wheelchair from spinal cord injury. So thanks for having me, and apologies for coming in late. So the topic has been, how visible are you? And I know that my co-hosts have done justice to all the questions, beforehand. Just to mention that visibility is, for me, it's relative. It depends on what your interest is and what your visibility is about. What is the undertone? Why do you want visibility? Because people can seek visibility for the right reasons. People can seek visibility for the wrong reasons. And for us, on this episode of Bold TV, I know for certain that our push for visibility is for the positive connotations of what visibility can do. Not just for individuals, but for disability rights, as it were, in Nigeria and across the world. So there are challenges, like they said, there are benefits. Let me just say benefits. Imagine a woman with disability who is doing a business. How will people know you are doing a business if you're not visible and visibly showcasing your business? I've seen so many women with disabilities, they feel they don't utilize the tools available that will give them the visibility, especially not as regards disability, but what they do, that would bring business and income to them. Challenges, I would say, are the feeling of being an imposter. We've talked about that imposter syndrome. If I tell people what I do, if they come and give me, will I do? That feeling of feeling that you're not up if you put yourself. That fear of putting yourself out there, that fear of saying who you are, and then you're worried that maybe I'm not there, is also there. A lot of self-doubt, I believe, plays a great role and a challenge in allowing women with disabilities to step into and own their own game. Just to mention that being visible is not tied to disability. It's tied to who you are. If you do something, people should know what you do so that they can take on your service. For example, Barrister Florence is a notary. That's what they call it. If she does not let people know, how would they know that they can come and get that service from her? Osaki does digital businesses. She's a virtual assistant. How would they know? Tommy Sin does copyright. In fact, she's everything. How would they know? How would they know? Me, Goboti, how would they know?
How would they know?
How would they know? So I'm just trying to even separate it first from this. You're out there so that people can engage your products and services so that you can make income. People should not just define you by disability alone, because honestly, at the end of the day, it's easy for them to make that conclusion. Okay, she's a lady using a wheelchair. And what next? So how would they know there's more to you? So these are some points that I'll add to how visible are you. Think of it in a positive light, not just that you want to showcase. And then the last thing I'll say, I heard somebody saying it. Sometimes I see women with disabilities, especially women with disabilities. There's this thing about jealousy because maybe somebody has broken the shell and is doing her own thing. Honestly, we need to wake up from sleep to understand that we are here for each other. The other day I told somebody that the sky is very wide, and take your space that you are and shine. No time. So that's what I'll add. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The sky is wide. I've never heard of birds colliding. I've never heard of birds colliding. In the expanse there's enough space. So go higher. If these lower parts, there's only fishes that are overpopulated. If it's too crowded, step higher. The air is finer, nicer, and there's enough space to flex. So don't let anybody keep you stuck, and don't keep yourself stuck. You deserve better. Imposter syndrome. See that thing? We need help. So thank you so much, ladies, for your contribution. So finally, now that we've talked about the problems, we've discussed the benefits, let's see, how can we help someone out there take that first step? What are some solutions and practical steps? All this one we are talking, somebody will say it's grammar. How do I start? There are some people they need a template. Let's help someone out there take the first step. What are some practical steps that someone out there, a woman with disability out there, can do to start the journey of disability? This one, my mouth is sharpening like this. When they first told me, come and join Bold TV, I was like, Frankie, are you serious? Are you sure? You want to, let me not come and disgrace myself in front of social media. But today we have become, experts in some things, so it's possible. So please, ladies, let's share our magic formula so that somebody out there can also shine. Some may sing, share the magic formula for doing everything. Copyright, sound engineer, kinikon, share.
Okay, so for someone like me, I'm an extrovert, and so because I am an extrovert, it's easy for me to engage in conversation, keep up conversation, go out, be visible and all of that. But for someone who is an introvert, someone who is shy, someone who is just building their confidence out of, after being a person with a disability and all of that, I would say that you start small. Do not try to put yourself on a very big stage immediately. Start small, build small, talk to people about what you do. Start from your WhatsApp status. Those are your contacts. Those are people that are close to you, so to speak. So when you start small, by the time you get into it, by the time you get on the bigger stage, you are able to also manage yourself. Another thing is mentoring. A lot of us, just like Frankie said, that attitude of jealousy debars a whole lot of things from us. It takes us away from the subject matter. It takes us away from the people we should be relating with, because we like, oh, now she did here, now she did here, now everywhere she want day. What's her problem self? Why not move close to that person and unlearn and relearn certain things? That way you can also help yourself. You can help to build your self-esteem. You can help to build your network. You can help to build your foundation and structure what you do. So mentoring is another way to improve on your visibility. Allow somebody to put you through. Allow somebody to guide you. And then you'll see that it definitely yields results. Thank you.
Thank you. Follow who sabi road. Leave jealousy. Who jealousy? Yeah. Follow who sabi road. Somebody has cleared the road. You don't need to cut grass again. Just they follow am small for back. And see how you take do am perfect. So I bet show me. Simple. But Bele will not agree. Osaki Jare, please tell us something.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, like I will say, one of the first step anyone can do as a practical step is speak out. Because back to my bank experience, after I met the bank manager and I told him of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disability Provision Act, he now said, oh, this one even know what she's doing. Do you understand? He now realized that I knew there's a policy of that nature. And he now said, okay, madam, don't worry. Whenever you come to the bank, come and meet me. I still have others that will not know and they will not be able to meet you. And where I am is the right area. So of course they won't have that idea. That's certain, So I told him that this is wrong, that try and teach your front desk. Because even the security men knew. Another staff knew, but your front desk don't know. And those are people that anybody will meet first. So that's a problem. So he now said, okay, ma, don't worry, we'll see how we'll go about it. So I was like, okay, I'm just looking at anytime I go to the bank and I see anyone with disability, I'll follow me. And I'll make sure they do what they want as an attitude to be the same, because people will not know. Every time they see me, they do everything they want. But another person that will come, they will not attend to the person, will not stay on the queue and flood with unnecessary protocol and the rest. Then my second one is building a support network, like joint network of this kind. I know how many programs and things I have gained for joining or for being a Good Heart Initiative member. Do you understand? So when you join support group of this kind, you will learn, like Tommy said, you will learn and relearn. Everything goes and it's easier. You will meet people. So support group of this kind is what anybody should look at for. That's one of the most serious festivals of this kind.
God bless you. God bless you. Follow Usabi Road. Well, if you want to go far, if you want to go alone, go now. But if you want to go faster and further, you want to go far, join people, because somebody can see what you're not seeing, and they will also point torchlight and say, see you, and it will help you. Some of us, we just, hey, let me do my own thing. You can do your own thing, but collect sense here and there. It helps. Florence.
First, to the lady with disability out there, leverage on social media to make yourself visible. Thanks to technology, it has made the world to be a global village. You may not have access to your community physically around you, but through social media, you can be visible. You can make yourself visible. Whatever you are doing, make it, people can know you, people can celebrate you, people can patronize you through social media. So make the most of that. Then to the society, to the government, there is need to enact laws and also formulate policies that will enhance inclusion. Because if persons with disabilities are not included, there is no how they can be visible. Some of them have gone the extra mile, to develop themselves and are able, but because there is no opportunities for them, whether we like it or not, there are times that opportunities are denied persons with disabilities, to contribute and be visible. And there is nothing about us without us. Except we're included, we cannot be visible enough. So these are my two solutions. Like for persons with disabilities themselves, you must be deliberate. You must be deliberate to set goals, to be visible. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Social media is not just for buy day picture and pre-wedding photo shoots, please. Sell market there. Let people know you exist. People know. Let's help ourselves. Thank God for technology. Freaky.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'll bring it to the person with disability and the woman with disability in a bit. But I want to start from when we're young, and that is to parents and caregivers of children with disabilities. Those formative years are really important for a child's ability to engage with the outside world. So do not hide your child. Do not exclude your child because you're being overprotective. Do not seclude your child because you are worried about fear of the unknown. So you want to build the strength of your child with disabilities early, because children with disabilities become teens with disabilities, become young adults with disabilities.
So as she has said, family is very important because all of us we all began from the family. So the family unit is the very key ground for developing and building the self-esteem needed for any child with a disability or even an adult. The family is the first line support for anybody with a disability. So if the family is not there to help them grow, to help them, find where they belong, to help them, develop their voice, it can be difficult for them to be visible. Like she said, many parents with children in fact, if you ask me if I know any child with disability, especially in this my locale, I don't know them. I don't know. I hardly see them. I don't know. Recently, someone was asking me if I know of any child with disability. They wanted to reach out and help. I said, I don't know, because I don't see them. Nobody talks about them. It's only the adults when they they give home and on their own. But for the children, nobody knows, except you go to maybe a special school.
Thank you very much. Apologies. So I heard, driving home the point of the role that parents and caregivers have in disability of children and allowing them to build that boldness and courage from when they're young to be their person and not just allow disability define their entirety. Because honestly, at the end of the day, we are persons first. And so this brings me to persons and women with disabilities as well. Honestly, visibility is relative. It's very optional. There are some people that are not interested in putting themselves out there, and that is fine. If that works for you, honestly, that is fine. We're not here to pressure you in any way to become anything that you don't feel you are. However, if you're somebody who understands that visibility is a core aspect of who you are, and you do not know how to start, like the question put it out there, I would say start from where you are and what you have. So number one, what do you have to say? What message do you have? I did not say compete with influencers and content creators. That's not what we're saying. We're not turning you to a social media. That's not what we're talking about. Think about it, go from known to unknown. What message do you have? Is it a product you have? Then find the best way to present your product. Is it a service you offer? Find the best way to present that service. Is this something that you feel you have to say? An opinion. I did not say become the best orator or the narrator. Put it out there. Is it your lived experiences? Put it out there, because you never know who can glean from it. I know so many people tomorrow, or be today, that have received book deals, speaking engagements, just because they dared to type a line or two on their own wall about what they were going through. And people were intrigued to hear more about what they had to say. So start with where you are. And what you have is your phone. What you have is your immediate environment. Haven't you seen children sometimes? A lot of children that are talented and all that, where they start singing, is it not from in front of the mirror? Things like that's what we're talking about. Baby steps. Nobody's telling you to go and stand in front of the stadium and deliver motivational speech. That's not what's happening here. If you feel that it is a poor part of what you need to be doing, start from where you are. Start small, baby steps, you take it from there. So those are the two things I have to say.
All right, thank you. Start small.
You didn't speak to society. Let's remind society, like Osaki said, that if you stop a person with disability from actually shining their shine, it's a form of discrimination. And the law, there is a law against it. I say, let me put it out there. So if you are a hindrance to visibility, you are not doing well. Thank you.
So to those out there, to the families, you mentioned, to the family and society, those who are, you may not be a person with disability, but you have people with disabilities around you. Do what you can to help them. Do what you can to help them. Because in most cases, some of these people may not have access to the tools they need to be visible. So do what you can to help that person with disability near you to come out, to speak out and be, be showcased. I think I remember on our Bold Hearts WhatsApp platform, I kept asking for people to at least come out. You have opportunity. Come, let's tell your story. Come and tell us something so that we'll put you there. Everybody will see you. You don't know, maybe somebody is waiting to hear what you have to offer. And then from there, boom, those opportunities come. And up till today, not even one single human being has reached out. So if you as the individual is not ready, you don't see yourself as deserving to be seen and heard, then no matter what anybody else does, nobody can force you. So it has to start with you. So please, ladies, beautiful, outstanding ladies with disabilities out there, let's help ourselves. Let's start somewhere. Start somewhere. So with this, we have by no means exhausted this topic, but I believe we have been able to do some justice to this topic. And I believe someone out there who has listened and who will listen to this and watch this video will be able to learn and also, take that first step. Just it takes one step, just move a little out of that comfort zone, just one step, and you'll be surprised at the reactions you will get. So thank you so much, ladies. It's been an amazing conversation. Your contributions have been very valid. So thank you so much, ladies. We appreciate you. Thank you to our online audience, those who have stood by us from the time we began this, when we were still trying to find our way around social media. Thank you so much for always being there, for your comments, your sharing the videos and liking our videos. Thank you so much. If you have questions, please reach out to us via our email that will be scrolling on the screen, or comment on any of our videos on YouTube, on Facebook, and we will gladly respond to you. If you want to support us, you need money to stay up, give us some money, come on the show and, express your views. We want to help you be visible, so please join us. Thank you so much, ladies. Until we come your way next week, Saturday, same time, 10:30 a.m., I remain your host and a co-host of Bold TV. My name is Afyong Itzem. I'm a medical lab scientist based in Uyo, and I use a wheelchair from spinal cord injury. Have an amazing weekend. See ya. Ladies, let's say bye-bye. Mute your microphones and let's say bye-bye. You wonderful people. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
This is Bold TV.